One of the things I hear most often on this YouTube channel or on my Facebook page is when we see a case of black on white violence, everyone's saying, why don't we charge that person with a hate crime? Well, I want you to watch these three videos. The first one where people involved, the black people attacked a white woman, they are being charged with the Pennsylvania version of the hate crime. But then watch the other two. Then on the other end, let's talk about why this whole hate crime thing is not a good idea.
I never took a beating like that in my life, and I'm scared to go back.
A brutal beating and robbery that all began with a pop bottle. We were the first to tell you about this attack. Got a big response on our website, now only at 11. The victim is telling her story. Channel 11 News reporter Courtney Brennan caught up with her tonight as she talked about the horrifying ordeal in Courtney's live outside Zone 1 police. Courtney.
Yeah, David, this woman is upset. She's angry. She says that she thought these four teens were going to kill her, and she doesn't want them to get away with it.
Thank you, baby.
Ginger Slepsky's two girls helped her take off her long-sleeve shirt so that we could see the bruises and the scratches.
I thought it was so animalistic, so violent, and I'm so afraid for these girls to just get out and walk the streets.
Police say Slepsky was savagely beaten on Sunday as she drove through the north side. She says when she pulled up to Concord Street, a group of girls threw a pop bottle at her car.
And I was mad. I knew they were younger. You know, I thought they were probably about in their early 20s. And I got out and I said, what is your problem?
She says the four girls were African American.
They yelled, shut up, white. And then the other one said, get that. White.
Slepsky says she tried to get back in her car, but the girls grabbed her by the hair.
Then they all got on top of me, and all their hands were just wrapped up in my hair, and they kept telling each other, kick her in the head, kick her head in the concrete.
This mom of two says lots of people were standing around and watching. She says they were too afraid to help.
Another woman, she yelled to the girl, she said, I'm calling the police. And she told them several times, and it was like it only made it worse.
A man finally jumped in and got Slepsky out from under the group. She says she was shocked when she learned that the girls were all 16 or younger.
I do feel like it was very racially motivated.
Slepsky also has torn ligaments in her shoulder from this attack, and that's a real problem because she's an electrician, and at this point she can't move her arms, she can't move her shoulders, and she's worried she won't be able to go back to work. She's concerned about providing for her two daughters. We do know tonight those four teens were arrested. All of them were charged with ethnic intimidation. Reporting live outside Zone 1, I'm Courtney Brennan, Channel 11 News.
All right, Courtney, thanks very much. And new at 11 tonight.
The suspect in the stabbing of a woman last weekend in Carrick is now in jail. Police have charged him in the death of his former girlfriend. Lisa Washington has the details.
The victim's mother says her daughter recently relocated to get away from her abusive boyfriend. Now that man, DeJuan Wyndham, is charged with stabbing his ex-girlfriend to death. Friday would have been Margaret Recason's 29th birthday. Rather than celebrating, her mother is mourning the loss of her only daughter.
I'm not doing so great. I had lost my daughter. She's the best part of my life.
According to court papers, Recason's was stabbed 3 times last Saturday morning in Carrick, twice in the chest and once in the back. She was found bleeding, lying on the sidewalk in front of Anthony's Pizza on Brownsville Road. 25-year-old DeJuan Wyndham, Recason's ex-boyfriend, was arrested Thursday and charged with criminal homicide. Police used surveillance video and a witness to identify Wyndham as the suspect.
She had a hard life. You know, she was out there. But it doesn't give her the right to be murdered. She was a very good girl.
A witness told police that Wyndham requested a ride to Carrick last Friday night from Monessen to go see his girlfriend. The witness said Wyndham, also known as Wheeze, told the witness to pick him up 30 to 45 minutes after dropping him off. The witness said after picking Wheeze up, he appeared nervous and said, "If you say anything about me being in Pittsburgh, you will be sorry." Recason's mother says she grieves for her daughter's 4 children.
I feel bad for her kids, that they don't have a mother. to enjoy and love. And I don't have a daughter to enjoy and love either. Oh my God, help me.
A woman who was 5 months pregnant was stabbed and beaten while at an area nightclub, and police say that she is all right, but the threats of violence reportedly started well before that attack. And now the suspect is facing several charges, including an assault of an unborn child. Good afternoon, I'm Stacy Smith.
And I'm Christine Sorensen. Christine D'Antonio has more on the events that led up to the stabbing and arrest.
Before this alleged assault, the 22-year-old who was arrested was apparently threatening this 31-year-old pregnant woman on social media, saying that she didn't care that she was with child, that she just wanted to beat her up. Pittsburgh police say 22-year-old Jasmine Hardin was at the Taboo nightclub when a verbal argument quickly turned physical. The target, a 5-month pregnant 31-year-old who was at the East Hills nightclub with her sister late Saturday night into early Sunday morning.
The female victim was stabbed in the back right shoulder. The actor also was kicking and punching and assaulting the victim, kicking her in her stomach when she was pregnant.
Police are looking into what weapon was used to stab the pregnant woman with, but the victim told authorities it may have been a box cutter. Police are also looking into others who may have helped the Plumboro woman carry out the attack.
While the victim was being assaulted, her sister was there with her, and there were some other individuals that engaged in the assault. They held the sister back from helping out her sister.
Hardin allegedly stole the pregnant woman's cell phone and some cash, while her friends stole the sister's phone and all left the club. But just as Pittsburgh police were wrapping up the paperwork, Hardin reportedly called the Plumboro police wanting to speak about the fight. Pittsburgh police went to her home, arrested her, and she's been in jail ever since.
The biggest story in every newspaper in the country over the last year is that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism and violence. That happens all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. And then I hear a lot, but then people go, why aren't we charging these people with hate crimes? I was on Pittsburgh TV once with the local, one of the local black anchors, and he threw this at me. He said, well, Colin, you obviously don't know your statistics, because according to the FBI hate crime numbers, and he started reeling off the numbers about how this many black people are victims of hate crime, this many white people are victims of hate crime, and everybody in the studio started cheering, Ray, the guy put me in my place. Well, the number of hate crimes, it represents a small fraction, less than 1% of the black on white violence in this country. So when we talk about hate crimes, we're really understating the level of racial violence, the level of black violence, the level of black on white crime that is happening all over the country. This is a major tool for the trolls to misrepresent what is really happening all over the country. And that's why when I saw this first story, I guess it was okay that they're charging these 4 black people with ethnic intimidation. That's the Pennsylvania version of a hate crime. But really, it's about way more than something people call hate crimes. That's why we're making these videos. That's why I want you to share, like, subscribe them, post them on your Facebook page, put them on Twitter. That's why I want you to read Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. There's so much violence against black on white violence out there and black mob violence out there, and nobody's connecting the dots. We're connecting the dots. We're speaking the truth. We are demanding the truth. That's what we are doing here. That's what, and the need for that has never been greater than it is right at this instant. This is Colin Flaherty. I know I can count on you.